friend, awesome to have you here. Today I want to talk about the plasma cutter torch parts. Hey guys, today I want to talk about the old plasma cutter torch parts, particularly the ceramics. Because I don't know about you guys, but these things here, especially for the cheap ones like the LG40s and the PT31s, these get quite hot when you're cutting. And if you're anything like me, I'm a bit of a rough bugger. I just sort of like drop the torch on the ground, and it sort of, well, it either cracks these or it takes a chunk out of the side of them, and they don't seem to work after that, and it normally happens on the last one that you've got. So I had a couple of these that I had dropped on the floor, and and they had a chunk out of the side of them, so I thought, oh, they still screw on, they're still tight there, so they'll still work, but I screwed the thing back on and it wouldn't work. And then I realised why, because I had a chunk out the side of it, but I sort of still holding the electrode in the tip steady there. So why isn't it working? But then I realised it was because in here, where the flow of the compressed air is, it was escaping out the side, and it's not coming out, making a vortex anymore, coming out of the tip. So what I did to get me out of trouble, and this is only if you haven't got any of these shields left and you're doing a job and you're like me and you're clumsy and you broke the thing because it gets that hot and it gets that brittle. If it's got a chunk out of the side of it here but it still screws onto the torch, just get a bit of insulation tape and wrap it round just to seal it, like so, just to seal up the hole, like so, and that'll keep the compressed air in there and it'll get your job finished. But it won't last very long because the tape will melt. But yeah, anyway, it'll get you out of a hole if you haven't got any more of these ceramic things. That's just a little quick hack for you anyway. That's what I use, but like I say, I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't work, even though it would still hold the tip in. But it because it had a hole in the side, because it's so brittle that all the air just come out and it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, that's really by the by. But what I wanted to talk about was the gun parts themselves. Well, we've got the extended tip here, obviously, and we've got the swirl ring, the old gas swirl ring here. And if you notice here that it's got holes in it, I don't know if you can see that or not, it's got little holes in it. See that there? Little holes in it. That's for the compressed air to go through. And you got your extended electrode there. And also, if you look in here in the end of the gun here, I'll try and focus it for you. See these holes here? And the holes here? As your compressed air comes through there. And it comes, when you put your electrode in like so, your compressed air comes through there. Then you put your swirl ring on with the holes, and that creates the vortex of the compressed air. So that goes on there. And then the cutting tip goes on top like so, and then your ceramic shield. Now what that does, when you put your ceramic shield on there, it forces the compressed air out of here into the swirl ring here, which has got those little holes, which makes the vortex inside, spins around, and it comes out as a plasma arc here when you got your electricity running through it as well, of course, with your electrode. And then it comes out here. But yeah, so but if this swirl ring here, if the swirl ring is cracked, because these get hot and they get brittle, and if that gets cracked, your gun won't work. If your ceramic cap gets cracked, your gun won't work. So the best thing I find is to just reassemble it like so, make sure everything's sturdy, and away you go. But yeah, these are tricky little things. You wouldn't think that this little swirl ring here, would make any difference, but that makes all the difference in the world. You get these holes blocked, or that gets a crack in it, and it just doesn't create the pressure right in your plasma torch, and then it won't work. So yeah, anyway, that's what I've noticed anyway. And also with these, like the LG40 and the PT31 torch, if you look here, See, there's a rubber grommet here. It's a seal. Let me turn it around so you can see it properly. It's a seal in there, see that? Which goes in here. And when that screws on there, it seals the whole chamber. So your compressed air can only go up and out. Once you put the tip in there, of course. Like so. So that's what I find the main problems anyway with the ceramics on these things, because they get really, really hot. And the next problem I find with these torches is maybe your switch might be kaput, and these just burn out. Those quick circuit there, you can see, basically just do a quick tester on that to see if that's working or not. But you can put any sort of switch in there, that's no drama. But they are the most common things for gun issues anyway, that I've come across. But like I say, these get very, very brittle, and if you get caught short with a chunk out of here because you've dropped it or something, just wrap some tape around it and try and seal it up and just finish your cut, and then get some more of these ceramics or whatever. Anyway, if you want to stock up on these ceramics, I'll put a link below anyway. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the old video. Subscribe to my channels if you like, drop some comments down below, and we'll see you again. Thanks guys for watching the old video. The old ceramics can be a little bit tricky. If you need to buy any, I'll put some links down below. If you like my videos, just click up the top there and subscribe, or drop some comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Till next time guys, see ya.